Hello everyone, Larry Lavrenchich for Ichimoku.co and ForexTrading.tv with an analysis of the daily charts for the Aussie dollar US dollar FX for the close of trading for Monday, November 18th, 2013. Well, we've had a continuation of the trend to the upside today. This candle we're analysing is this small white body candle, and it has made a higher high and a higher low. Early in this market we saw the buyers take control and trade out through this resistance level roughly around the highs of the 93.85 level, and we have failed to see the buyers follow through with that price action. We've seen very strong price rejection from above there. That's evidenced by the large shadow on this candle, and it does raise some doubt about whether there is potential for this trend to continue to the upside. Now, interestingly, the market interacted with the 94-cent level of previous support and now acting as resistance, and I've highlighted that quite often as a strong area of resistance, but also the 94.20, which was the minor previous swing low. And with this strong price rejection with this candle and the sellers taking control, it does suggest a real possibility of a change of trend to the downside. So we are looking for a lower high and lower low here. We need to wait and watch how the market reacts to the low, and if the market does come off, then 93.30 may hold as some strong support, and then down below the 92.80 level may hold as very strong support as well. Looking at the small white body, it does suggest that the momentum that the buyers had found for the previous day's candle has dried up, and what we're seeing at the moment over the past 4 or 5 trading days, we've seen a mixture of black and white candles, and it does suggest that a lot of indecision in this market. The buyers are attempting to rally this market, but they're finding strong resistance, and this does suggest that there is a possibility of the market trading to lower levels. If we look at the previous trend leading into this price action, this congestive type price action, it has been very negative, and the sellers may be biding their time, and the buyers are really, every time they attempt to rally this market, they're running out of steam. Now, the market also interacted with the Tenkan Sen, and the Tenkan Sen is held as resistance, and this highlights how important the Ichimoku indicators are. But also we've seen the market attempt to trade above the cloud, and being rejected from above the cloud does suggest that the cloud here is a very important area of resistance. Now, what we could see here is the market continue to rally as the cloud rallies, and if we can close up above the 94.20 level, this market could rally with the cloud certainly all the way up to around the 95 level. So be aware that if we do break some of that resistance, we could see a rally in a market that has a long-term neutral bias by trading within the cloud. If we do see a strong bullish breakout above the cloud and some follow through, and what I'd like to see is a breakout up above the 94.20 level, we could quickly see the market testing up to around that 95.15 level before the cloud actually trades up there. Now, in terms of the Fibonacci extension, and we're examining the relationship of this current first time frame uptrend that the market's in to the previous time the market was trending up, and here we've seen very strong price rejection once again from above the 100% level. The market tested roughly to that level 2 trading periods ago, and with this strong rejection and the sellers taking control, it does suggest a possibility of a change of trend to the downside. Also, the Fibonacci retracement has seen the market rejected from the important 50% level. That 50% level coincides with the area that the Tenkan Sen is trading in and highlights the very strong resistance there. So it's no wonder that we've seen some strong price rejection, and this is suggesting that there is potential for a change of trend. So let's look for a lower high and a lower low. It makes the low of the current candle very, very important. In terms of the hourly chart, and here we saw for the previous days trading, the market trading above the cloud. So we have a bullish market in the long-term time frame on the hourly charts, and suggesting that there is a possibility of this market continuing to trade higher. We saw the market maintaining price action early above the Kijun Sen for quite a bit of the trading day, and also maintaining price action above the Tenkan Sen, the green line here, but finding initially resistance at the first pivot point resistance level, and then decisively at the second pivot point resistance level. As a retest of that level saw the sellers come back into this market strongly, and then a strong change of sentiment in the medium-term time frame with the market closing down below the Kijun Sen, suggesting a possibility of lower levels. And this does suggest that the market may trade down to the top of the cloud, which is around the 93 56 region, so that's the area that the market may end up interacting with. We also have potentially strong support just within the cloud there at the first pivot point support level at 93.48, down through to the bottom of the cloud around that bottom of the cloud is around the 93.30 level, and then just below there we have the second pivot point level of support at 93.20. So some very solid support where this market's trading at the moment. So looking at what we're seeing in the daily charts, we are looking for a potential change of trend, but with this strong support it does raise some doubt about whether we will see that trend change technically. Now the low of the that candle is just down here around that 93.50 area, and that coincides with the top of the cloud. So the top of the cloud here becomes crucial support for this market, and if we do break out down below there and trade down below, it will herald a change of trend in that first time frame on the daily charts. Now, as I've already mentioned, in terms of Ichimoku, a neutral market with the market trading within the cloud, and we're just poking above the cloud and attempting to find some bullish momentum in big picture terms, but being rejected from there constantly, and a bearish market in the medium and fast term frames by trading below the Kijun-sen and the Tenkan-sen holding as some strong resistance to this market. Looking at the Chikou span, we are below the corresponding price action, so it's confirming the negativity that we're seeing in the faster time frames and suggesting that there is a likelihood of this market trading lower. So really a lot depends on how this market reacts to the low of that current candle, which is at 93.55. If we do see strong early bearish activity down below there, we could quickly end up trading down to 93.30, and then even possibly down to 92.78 over the next couple of days.